Welcome back for another We're Racing video, and you join us for the Calendar Season Racing Championship. This is a Hungarian Grand Prix. So let's get into qualifying here. As you can see on our last flying lap of the session, Mr. Tardo makes an entrance which we didn't want to see. Coming around to complete our lap, we was up marginally on our best time. That managed to secure us a P. Where is it going to be? Coming across the line here. That's going to give us P2 on the grid for the time being. So let's have a look for the grid from back to front. So we've got Mr. Tardo and Sir Tardo. Rather confusing, two Tardos there. Or Tado, shall we say. Then we've got Twitch Finn P14. Lee Jung Vito in P13. The Haas is there. Then we've got MJR in P12 and Carl in P11. Moving further forward, we've got FJ Scopes in P10. Harry West in P9. Further down the order, we have STT, new to the series, in P8. JD, the up here, in P7. Remember, a mix of tyre strategies here. Phillies in P6. Munja Klar on the medium in P5. Further up the order, we have ourselves down in P4. And TRC Stewart with a good qualifying in P3. Further up the grid, we've got Snipes on the medium tyre, pole position. And Feta Cheese, a great qualifying for himself in P2. Let's get into the race, boys and girls. It's going to be a hot one. Who do you expect for the win? Took a bit of a while to actually load the lobby, and I was quite concerned that I actually lagged out there. And yeah, anyway, moving into the race, we've got 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5. And away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We get a good launch off the line there. Going down into turn 1, we're down the inside. We're going to get the slipstream here of Feta. And as you can see, we've already got lag from Feta. He's all over the place. We've got a car to the inside, car to the outside. We're going to be in the meat in the sandwich going through turn 1. Coming out the exit here, we've got Munja Klar to our left, Philly to our right. What's it going to be? Munja Klar goes up on the grass there, has some contact, and we've got Feta running wide. Luckily, just went, I think he ghosted through Snipes at that point, and that's put us up into position 2 through the opening corners of this Grand Prix. This is ideal for us because passing around this track is a very difficult one. So on lap 1 of the Grand Prix, a good start. We've got Philly behind us, moving up the places into position 3. Up ahead of us, we've got Snipes on the medium of compound of tyres. We're going to have to attack him into lap 1. Let's get another look at that start. Get the off-board going down into turn 1, so a pretty good start off the grid from everyone there. Some real good movers and shakers there. Philly with a lightning start as well as us, even better than us, I'd say. And going into 1, Feta really attacking, going to the outside, and there you can see us 3 abreast there going into turn 1. Real side to side stuff. A bit of paintwork exchange going through down into turn 2 to 3, and as you can see on the opening lap, it's Snipes, myself, it's Philly, and then we've got a Ferrari. And Munja Klar has dropped all the way down the order, I'm hearing. He's had an issue, he's had some contact on lap 1, which has also put Harry West, I think, into the barrier. Unlucky there for Harry. And moving in from further into lap 1, as you can see, we do have a pace overlay on Snipes. This is the time to pounce. We need to really use these soft tyres as quick as we can and try and break the rest of the pack. And as you can see, he's left the door open. We're going to walk straight through it here, and we're going to make an unconventional move to the outside here. This is not an overtaking spot, but we're going to make it one. And coming into the last corner, we're going to have the inside line now, so we're going to get on the power earlier than Snipes. And hopefully we're going to manage to pull away from him a bit and try and get out of his attacking threat zone. And coming into lap 1, we managed to secure first place now, and it's all about not succumbing to the pressure. We've had a few stellars at this point. We don't want to do anything drastic or too silly. Coming out of turn 1, we get a bit tardy there, and you can see the back end stepping out of line, and now we just need to keep it clean and consistent. We know we're going to have the pace. Here's a nice off-board of that overtake of Snipes. You see Philly's right there with us as well, and we have the Ferrari going to pick up any pieces from this battle at the front of the grid between the top 3. So coming in to the end of lap 3, starting lap 4, as you can see, Snipes is there, but we're getting clean exits. We're putting a maximum turbocharged power, baby, down this straight, and going down into 1. He's going to have a little sniff to the inside, and he likes to try and throw you off your scent, does Snipes. And he's going to come strong soon. These softs are going to fade pretty quick in this race. Remember, we've qualified on them as well, so there's quite a few laps on them already, and we're going to have to look to box soon. Snipes, his pace advantage is looking to start to take effect. He looks a lot more comfortable on these tyres, and we know Snipes is quick for good measure as well. So we've got a VSC, and VSC is now ending during lap 4 of the Grand Prix, and Snipes is still there with us. You can see we've got double arrows there. He's getting really close to the back of us now. So returning to racing speed on the end of lap 4, it's ourselves, Snipes, and we've got who's it? think Philly slipped down the order, whether he's boxed. I don't know what has happened to Philly. Let us know in the comments what happened in the race there, champ. And coming in to start lap 5 of the Grand Prix, Snipes is going to look to attack us here, and he's putting us under some real pressure. Coming into lap 6, he is not relenting. He's really bearing down on us now, but we're just trying to keep focused on what's ahead of us. We've not looked back once. We can see him all in the mirrors for good measure, and coming through this section here, really have to be careful on the power now. It wants to slip out at every opportunity. Do not put in rich revs through this middle section, because it will just wheel spin left, right and centre. As you can see, TRC Stewart, he must have a fresh tyre on. He set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix now, and coming into lap 6, we're going to have a moment here. We're going sideways, we just about catch it, and really lucky not to concede the position there, but Snipes is looking to the inside. We're going to have to give him space. We don't know if we're going to make contact there, and he's going to go around the outside, similar to what we done on lap 1 of the race, and he's going to get a position around the outside there, coming into the final corner. So we're going to dive to the pits. This is the opportunity now. We've kept him behind for as long as possible. He's going to run away with it now, so we're going to have to box and get onto our medium tyre of our own. As you can see, we've got someone leaving the session there. We need a pretty decent stop and to try and come out with minimal traffic. That's going to be the ideal scenario for us now. So as you can see, Munjaklar, he is really romping away with the pace now, making an excellent comeback. He's just up ahead of us there after a really tardy start. He's still on them same tyres, I assume. Did you have to pit after lap 1? Let us know what happened, Munjaklar, in your Grand Prix session. I'd love to know more about it. So on lap 7 of the race, we've come back out into 5th, just behind Carl. We've got Feta Cheese behind us, who was struggling throughout the race for connection issues. So coming in, we've got Carl just ahead of us. We're going to have to be extra careful. We don't know this driver, so we don't know what his sort of traits are in terms of when we're going to come to overtake him, what tactic we're going to take. So coming out through the final corner, we're going to play it nice and steady here. You can see him running wide, so we can get right up the inside, get some really good power on. We're going to have DRS as well, so we're going to launch away from him down into turn 1 on lap 8 of the Grand Prix. Someone else is in the box as well. I think that's moved us up into position 3 now in this race on lap 8. But 10 to go. Billy with the fastest lap now. Showing some really good pace there, Phil. Like I say, let us know what happened. Was it a battle? Did you have a moment early in the race? We'd love to know more about your individual incidents, etc. So moving into further into the end of lap 9, starting 10 now, and we're going to have Munjaklar. He's decided to box, and he's going to put on his mandatory soft tyre and go to the end. So he's got 8 laps to make this work and really hunt us down now, and he's shown some frightening pace, I do have to say. So coming into lap 12 of the Grand Prix, Snipes has made his pit stop, and it's going to be really close coming out of the pits now. He does drop back just in behind us. Munjaklar sets another fastest lap, takes almost another second out of it there, and they're showing some really lightning pace. As you can see here, the gap of Snipes coming out of the pits, he comes out just behind us. He doesn't have too much work to do. He's going to have a few seconds gap, and I think it was about 2 seconds when he came out of the pits. And this following lap is already in the DRS zone, so we're already going extra defensive on the racing line. We don't want him to get into our toe and have any extra advantage over us. So coming through the exit of 1 here, getting up on the curb a bit. Snipes is on the outside now, so coming down this braking zone, we're going to have the inside for this line, so we're going to have to be extra careful. We do wash out a bit wide there, sorry Snipes, and he does concede the position and lives to fight another day, as do I, just about. Getting up on the exit there, I have to be really careful. So just turning down the ERS at this point. Still getting rich revs though, Rich, and we've got our time penalty to boot. So let's have a look at the offboard here of the battle on the lap after Snipes is coming into the pit lane, and you can see here on the fresh softer tyre, he's got a lot more grip, but we're still battling with him, and he thinks wiser of it. He's going to have another opportunity, that's for sure. So on lap 13 of the Grand Prix, Snipes is behind us. Munja's catching us like a bullet train at the minute, and they're coming through this high speed corner here. We just get a bit sideways, touch a bit of the entry curve on the outside there, and it just puts the car off balance, and that enables Snipes to get up the inside here, and that's the position pretty much done. We're not going to be able to attack him. He's got the ideal tyre and grip, etc., and pace within himself, and we'll get a bit tardy there, a bit more oversteer. So coming in to start lap 14, we've dropped back into P2. We're going to have to be careful to mitigate this gap to Munjaklar, because he's coming like a rocket ship. So we've got 4 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. What's it going to shake out? Feeling really good with pace in the car throughout this Grand Prix, even though I've done minimal practice, etc. Just done a few time trial laps just before we started the session, literally about 3 or 4. And here we go. We're going to have get right behind this back marker now. We're within 1 second of him. This is going to be excellent for us, because it's going to enable us some DRS and be able to fight off the charging car behind of Munjukla. We're going to have to be extra careful with him. He is in our slipstream. He's got DRS enabled as well, remember, but so do we. So coming into lap 16 of this Grand Prix, do we have enough in the tyres now? It's starting to fade, it seems. Snipes was pulling out a bit more of an advantage, but now we've managed to sort of stop that, and coming in to start the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, we set the fastest last sector of the Grand Prix, showing some really good pace now. Going down into one, we're going to brake nice and deep here, and we're already under the rear wing of Snipes, and he just disappeared. He's teleported to another dimension. What is going on with this game? He's flashing left, right and centre like he's in the TARDIS at the minute. It's really making it difficult to pick your braking zone, and just being extra cautious in terms of getting on the throttle. We don't want him just to like land in front of us and smash our front wing off at this point in the race. So we're really just going to have to back off of it here, leave a little gap to the car ahead. You never know what's going to happen when you've got lag like this. It's just bloody crazy. And Snipes, as you can see, flashing all over the place. I'm sure I am to other people as well. There's a car stopped in the middle of the track. So lucky not to collect him. And Munjukla as well, I think he just made a little bit of a gap to myself as well. You can see we've got Philly leaving the session here. Got another person, Feta Cheese, leaving the session. We've had about 5 or 6 people lag out of the session at this point in the race, and it's a real shame. Harry West out of the session, as you can see there, and it's a real shame. If it had happened a lot earlier in the session, we might have reset it, etc. Mr. Tardo left the session there, and Sir Tardo as well. So the Tardo's not having a good time of it there. Tado's, sorry, should I say? I know that annoys some of you. So coming in to start the last lap of the Grand Prix, Snipes has managed to pull a bit more of a gap, set the fastest lap as well at the same time, just showing the track's really coming to us at this point. And that was pretty much it. Coming across the line, it was Snipes to win the Grand Prix. We do have a time penalty. We're coming across the line in P2, but Munjukla must have one as well, which is secured us P2 on the podium. Really happy with that Grand Prix, showed some really good pace. MJR with a really good one, coming home in P4 here. We've got TRC Stewart just behind him. So a real good race there for you, for Snipes. Congratulations, champ Munjukla. Really good pace as well from that. Back to about 12th was you. How far did you drop? MJR, yeah, great points. TRC Stewart looking really quick in qualifying and the race as well in 5th. Feta Cheese, very unlucky to start the Grand Prix. Snipes was unlucky not to have some major contact there going down into the second corner. Then we've got Carl on his debut in P7. JD just behind him. Here comes Carl across the line. JD just behind him here, coming to cross the line in P8. P9, Harry West. And then we got position 10, Philly. Must have had an unlucky Grand Prix, some incident, etc. What happened, Philly? Talk to me. Then we've got the lead young Vito. Solid race there for you, Vito. Coming home in P11. So come ahead of quite a few fast drivers. We've got FJ Scopes just behind him there. Sir Tardo, and who else we got? I can't pronounce that one there. And Mr. Tardo as well. So yeah, thanks for watching another Wii Racing video. What was your highlight of the race? What was your low light of the race? And yeah, drop me a comment, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Don't forget to share if you enjoyed the video as well. And I'll join you again for another calendar season racing next Monday. And join you all then. Take care for now. Bye bye.